Question. If you have any questions throughout the session, then if you could please use the chat function, ideally to the BII marketing host, as you might be able to see, and then we'll make sure that either myself or one of the BII team addresses that towards the end of the session. Okay. It's been nearly 3 years since I've been in the role, and whilst it's been a fairly challenging period, I'm really pleased to report that the BII continues to move forward in a positive direction and solidify its position as the leading voice for the trade body for the pub industry. This year, you might get used to me saying next slide a bit, Chris Whitty. So if we could have the next slide, that would be great. This year marks the 40th anniversary of the foundation of the BII, and I'm pleased to say that our founder, Harry Schindler, who's on your screens now, very recently celebrated his 100th birthday, and obviously, we wish him many happy returns for that great milestone. Of course, the organisation was founded on strong principles, which are very much remain at the core of the BII. And our purpose is very simple. We want to do all we can to keep pubs thriving at the heart of every community. And this is, of course, achieved in a number of ways, by promoting innovation and best practice, by encouraging high levels of professional standards and professional development, and probably most significantly, by supporting our members with what matters most to them. Next slide, please. So the voice of the BII. As you will all know, we're a membership organisation, and we're led by our members, and we're serving their needs, their needs and requirement is our main priority. We obtain member insight through regular surveys, and this ensures we're always focused on what matters most to them, and this drives the services we offer and shapes the voice and agenda that we engage with government. Many of our members are ambassadors for the BII and the communities they serve. And of course, we take every opportunity we can to get our members directly in front of government decision makers. And on your screens, we've got 3 great examples of this now. Kelly McCarthy, a long-time member, trustee and licensee, presenting to the all-party parliamentary beer group. Mark Holden, directly talking to the Prime Minister at Number 10. And Tanya Williams, who presented a couple of months ago to one of the many government select. And such representations leave no doubt in the mind of government the critical importance of our members' pubs. And thank you to Mark, Kelly and Tanya for their input in recent months, and indeed to all of our other proud ambassadors the BII has in the industry. Next slide, please. So throughout the year, our regular insight surveys of our members have shared what they value most from their membership, and you can see these results on your screens now. This has allowed us to remain focused on the needs of our members and to understand where we need to adapt or expand our offering. And as you can see from your screen, throughout the COVID pandemic, the independent and expert advice we offer has never been more important. And as most of you will acutely be aware, the last 16 months there have been continual change and updating of government policy, guidance and advice, and cutting through this noise to provide clear, actionable information to our members has been the utmost priority. Okay, next slide, please. Our member surveys have also helped us to highlight the economic challenges that lie ahead for the sector as we start to recover from the effects of COVID. And this information has been shared with ministers and officials in government on a regular basis. And Through the recently launched hospitality strategy, we now have some official recognition in government for the employment we support with skilled jobs and professional careers, for the economic impact that the pub sector delivers. I think it's over 40 billion plus of revenue that we deliver into the treasury, and for the social value that we all know pubs deliver up and down the country. And we know our members will need further support, and their priorities highlighted on this slide are very clear. Next slide, please. So the last 12 months, there's been a lot of change. And although we've worked tirelessly over the last 16 months or so to help support members through COVID, we've also taken the time to review and improve everything we do. And this includes new guides on complex industry issues. We've introduced new helplines providing specific expertise on COVID-19 issues and around health and safety related to that. We've designed and delivered new technology, including a new website, members area, and membership management system. And of course, we've continued to work closely with our friends at other key trade bodies, in particular with UK Hospitality and the BBPA, to provide aligned information for everyone and also into government. Next slide, please. We also understand the extensive challenges facing our members, and we therefore ensure that they can access this information from the BII in the way that works for them. And these include calling our membership help desk. This is our most used help desk, and they can always point you in the right direction for whatever issue or query you have. Putting information you need to know in your hands directly via in-focus emails and member letters. Knowing that the information is always available on our website as and when you need it. And of course, regular updates as they happen via our different social media. So looking ahead, our members are now starting the long road to recovery, and we will be here to support them all of the way. And we will continue developing the value we provide to members to make sure we can do this as effectively as possible. And these will include driving the skills and career agenda with our partners, Skills and Education Group, and through the BII awarding body. Bringing new innovative solutions to drive down cost and deliver more value in your businesses or our members' businesses. And indeed, we're working on more trusted partnerships to help our members deliver this. And we want to ensure we're helping all of our members running independent pubs, irrespective of the commercial model that they are in, be it tenanted, leased, managed, etc. So next slide. As I draw to a close, I'd like to bring everyone's attention to a couple of key events running now or up and coming. Hopefully you'll all be aware that we have recently launched the Licensee of the Year for 2021. The great way of promoting and celebrating fantastic licensees up and down the country, and it right toughest award. So if you know any pub manager or licensee that should be recognised, then please do go ahead and nominate them now. And lastly, we've not, next slide. Lastly, we've not been able to host the very famous summer event since 2019. So we've moved the event this year to the winter. So we can collectively enjoy a very long overdue industry get-together. As ever, it will showcase our brilliant licensee members, and it's also where Licensee of the Year will be announced. So if you've not yet secured your ticket, please do so. Lastly, before I hand on to Sheila to talk us through the accounts for the last year, I'd like to, as ever, just say a few thank yous. Firstly, to our regional chairs, representatives and ambassadors for giving up your time to help grow and promote the BII around the country. We're very fortunate to have a fantastic board of trustees who again give up much of their valuable time on a voluntary basis to help steer the organisation and support and scrutinise our direction in equal measures. So thank you to all of your efforts. To Jill Cooper, our secretary, who puts everything together for this AGM and indeed for all of the trustees meetings that we hold throughout the year. And of course, to our superb BII team, to Steve, Mike, Sheila, Molly, Nat, Hannah, and all the team who've simply been outstanding in the last 18 months, particularly through the pandemic. So, guys, we're very grateful for your efforts. I think you've done a phenomenal job, and thank you very, very much. And lastly, thanks to all of our members for your support, feedback, and encouragement over the last year. I know as an operator myself, it's not been an easy time, but I also know that our industry is strong and resilient, and hopefully we can all utilise the amazing services the BII offers to pull through and recover fully. And I suppose more than anything, I hope that this time next year, COVID's kind of dropped down the spectrum and is no longer dominating all of our. So thank you, everyone. Okay, so I will now, are we doing questions now? Are there any questions that have come through?
Nothing's come through, so maybe at the end.
Fantastic. If anybody's got anything, we'll deal with them at the end. Okay, Sheila, can I hand over to you to run us through the accounts for up until December 20th, if that's okay?
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, thank you very much, and hello to everyone. This is my first presentation, and hopefully I'll be here again next year. Ellie, can we do the next slide? So I'm sure we'll all agree that 2020 will be remembered as the year of pandemic. We know it impacted many businesses and families all over the world. The BII also felt the brunt of the pandemic, but more importantly, so did our members. And because of that, our main goal over the period was to provide and support our members with clear and concise information, especially following the many changing government announcements. During 2020, we introduced flexible working, ensuring no impact in support to our members and stakeholders. We also used the furlough scheme for a few months. The commercial teams continued to work really hard and managed to increase our member numbers by 1,600 new members during the year, which is a great achievement. The awarding body actually felt the hardest hit from the pandemic, and we had, as Mark's indicated, we had to cancel all our events. This impacted our group fell by 44%. Our cash balance ended, as you can see on the slide, significantly improved at 1.4 million. But it did include several known costs that we would be paying out in early 2021. And our current cash balance is back at the 29th position of £1 million. This still leaves us in a really strong position to look at opportunities to invest in the future with new areas and services. And although it was a tough year in many, many ways, we managed to deliver a surplus of £30,000. Next slide, please. So looking forward, what we've been doing for 2021. So our strong financial stable position allows us to focus on driving value for members through continued support and innovation for new services, especially as they start their recovery from the pandemic. In May, we implemented a new membership website and portal system, which over time will add valuable insight and already is giving us so much more than our old system, which it will allow us to provide specific and focused support to our members. As Mark has indicated, events will be back on, with our summer event moving to November and now called the winter event, alongside awards like Lawyer and Nita's. Our strategy is the same, and it's very important to grow our core membership. It's key, and our commercial and membership teams continue to look at various opportunities. We have developed a strategic partnership with the Skills and Education Group, and both parties can benefit a great deal working together in the future. We have continued with flexi working and have recently, in March, moved into a new fit for purpose office in Fleet, which is only one of the levers where we have saved money. And we continue to monitor cost and ensure we are a lean operator. Thanks, Ellie. Next slide. So in summary, we're in a good position. We continue to grow our members. We are financially sustainable for the future with a strong cash position. And we have many avenues being pursued to grow membership numbers and provide the best support to our members. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheila. That's great. So item 2 on the agenda is to adopt the accounts for the year that Sheila has just presented. So can I now propose that the report of council and that the audited accounts for the year ended 31st December 2020 be and are hereby adopted? So I'm proposing that. Can I have a seconder, please? Jeremy, that's great. So that is seconded by Jeremy. Thank you very much. And could I now ask everybody to vote? Okay, that's great. We've got 24 of the 26 attendees here today have supported that. No one has objected to it, and we've got a number of proxy votes supporting it as well. So I can confirm that that has been adopted. Thank you very much. Okay, the third item on the agenda today is to re-elect our auditors and to authorise council to fix their remuneration. Sayer Vincent have conducted the audit of 2020 accounts, and council has recommended that they be elected. May I please have a proposal from the floor to re-elect the auditors and to authorise council to fix their remuneration? Ludwig, that's great. Thank you for proposing. Could I please have a seconder? Okay, thank you, John, for seconding that. And just to confirm, we're proposing that Sayer Vincent be re-elected as auditors to hold office until the end of the next AGM, at which accounts are laid before the members, and that there is council, and that council is authorised to fix their remuneration. Okay, if everybody could vote now, that would be great. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so we've got a number, well, 25 or 26 have supported that, so we will carry that motion. Thank you very much. No one objecting, and of course we've got a number of proxies as well. Okay, thank you everybody. Item 4 is to elect members of the council. As many of you will be aware, according to our articles, 2 of our industry advisor council members, i.e. trustees, need to retire by rotation at the end of the AGM each year. This year, Bruce Cuthbert and Phil Strong have agreed to stand down, and council has nominated them for re-election. So I would like to now propose that Bruce Cuthbert, having nominated by council, be elected as industry advisor for the BII for a period of 3 years. Could I please have a seconder to that? So that's great. Thank you very much. Thank you for seconding that. So if I could now ask everybody to vote. Oh, I've lost the poll. Hang on. Okay, fantastic. Everybody has voted for that. Thank you very much. I would declare that as passed. Can I also propose that Phil Strong, having been nominated by the council, be elected as an industry advisor of the BII for a period of 3 years? If I could have a seconder, please. Michelle Hazelwood, that's great. Thank you very much indeed. And if I could ask everybody to vote on that. Okay, great. Thank you very much. That's 26 out of 26 that have approved that. So that has also been carried. Okay, we now want to come on to the special business of the AGM. And this is to adopt changes outlined in Annex 1 of the Articles of Association. It was thought by Council that it would be helpful for the BII to have a greater range of experience and expertise on the trustee board. So it was decided to propose to members that a number of industry representatives on the board be increased from 6 to 10. The changes required to the articles to make that change have been outlined in Annex 1. So I would like to now propose that the articles be amended to reflect the changes outlined in Annex 1 of the AGM notice. Could I please have a second? Neil Morgan, thank you very much. That's very helpful. And if I could ask everybody to vote now. Okay, that's brilliant. That's again, that's been carried with 27 people supporting and no objections. Okay, and the second agenda item of the special business is to elect Paul as a council. Paul Eales is the CEO of the Skills and Education Group, who recently purchased the awarding body business, is keen to continue supporting us and our members in the fields of education and hospitality, and he has been nominated by council to be elected to fill one of the new vacancies. So I would like to now propose that Paul Eales, having been nominated by council, be elected as industry advisor of the BII for a period of 3 years. Could I please have a seconder? Bruce, hello, that's great. Thank you very much for that, Bruce Cuthbert. And if you could all vote now. Okay, that's great. Again, we've got 26 of 27 people that have supported that, no objections, so that result has been carried. So that is the end of the official business. Do we have any questions that have come through, Molly or Ellie at all?
Not that we can see here, no.
Not that we can see. Okay, fantastic. Well, in that case, I will thank everybody for your support of the BII over the last 12 months. Thank you for attending today. I really hope I see some of you, if not all of you, at the winter event in a couple of months' time. And I will therefore call the meeting closed, given there is no further business. Thank you very much, everybody, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.